years old, and my mom is taking my brother and I to one of those reenactments, where like everybody's dressed up as if it's 1800, but it's really 1992. Yes, I was 11 when it was 1992. And because it's a reenactment, we also had to dress up, so we're going, we arrived late because I'm Latino, and we get there, and I'm in my dad's white shirt and khaki pants. I hate khaki pants. And I have black suspenders on. And if any of you know, suspenders give you this nasty wedgie, especially when your pants are too big for you. So here I am, walking up to the front of the class, and the teacher's like, here's your slate, and like copy all the problems down from the board and do them in your seat. I'm like, yeah, okay. So I go sit down, I look on the board, and I'm like, what is going on? 5 times 5 equals n. I had never even heard of things like what? There's supposed to be numbers there or blanks, like not letters. And I thought, what school have I been going to all this time? And I'm standing there and thinking like, what? I look around, everybody has their head down, they're doing the problems. And the teacher asks if I have any questions. And at this point, I have a lump in my throat, and I can feel my face getting red with shame. And I sit down, and I just start scribbling nonsense because I had no idea what to do. On the car ride back, we're leaving northern New Jersey, and it's pretty pristine homes and manicured lawns, and we're descending into the Jersey Turnpike, and then we drop out into my hood, which is Union City. At the time, it was the most densely populated city in the nation. And that drive was always like a slap in the face. It was like when I'd watch TV, and I'd go and look in the mirror, and I realized I'm never going to look like Zach from Saved by the Bell. I'm never going to look like David Hasselhoff from Knight Rider. And I'm never going to look like Harrison Ford. I'll probably be Cheech and Chong. But as I sat there, I was like, there's no way that's going to happen to me again. I'm never going to be the dumbest kid in the room. And I thought, if I could just erase my last name. Because my last name was this dead giveaway that I was Afro-Cuban. You just saw it, Christian Gonzalez. And everybody in the room knew who I was. And I figured, that's why I'm so dumb. That's why I'm not getting it. It's because I'm from the hood, I'm poor, and I'm Afro-Cuban. So I make this decision, and I pretty much succeeded. I went to Yale, graduated from Harvard. I was an off-Broadway writer, producer, director. I get hired right out of school. I read a book on the LA art world with my wife. I'm like, I'm doing it. And then this year, a couple months after writing the book, I get this gnarly sore throat. And I'm pretty healthy. My whole family's athletes. I'm like, I'm good. And then 5 months later, I'm sitting in an oncologist's office. And she tells me I have diffuse large B-cell non-Hodgkin's lymphoma. And I was like, what is going on? 2 weeks later, my wife and I, we check into the hospital, and I get on the roller coaster that is chemotherapy. I'm fatigued all the time. I'm nauseous. I am getting needles stuck in all over me. I hate needles. I've probably had like 50 needle pokes in the last couple months. And I'm puking all the time. And I go back. At this point, right now, as I stand here, I'm probably the weakest I've ever been in my whole life. I'm not the smartest kid in the room anymore. I'm not the strongest. I'm not the fastest. I'm the guy who can't walk for 15 minutes. I sleep for 16 hours. I slur my words. I can't think straight sometimes because I have chemo in my blood. And I puked all over myself in a 1-hour car ride home 5 times. Not cool. Cancer incinerated my life. And it left me with the realization that there's nothing I could do. And then I was forced to rest on top of it. That's not my MO. I'm gonna make it happen. This is not the time to rest. I didn't earn my rest. I'm not wealthy. I'm not well known. I'm not leading my peers. I'm not competitive or anything, but that was in the back of my mind. But it was a huge blessing because at that point, I was liberated to not be the me I thought I needed to. I couldn't pretend I was better than I was. At least I tried not to. And at the same time, I've had an outpouring of love from my family, my friends, and total strangers. And I had to reconcile myself to the fact that they weren't doing it because they were impressed with my resume or what I had accomplished. They saw me, and they were seeing the most raw version of me that they could. When I know being you is like the most basic lesson of life, right? I should have gotten it by watching Mr. Rogers every day, or like when I saw Aladdin. But it never sunk in. And the lesson I learned in that schoolhouse and the shame associated with not knowing and being at the level of my peers, it just was far more real. But funny enough, cancer and chemotherapy was a different kind of schoolhouse where I learned who I was, and I learned that I was loved and valued for who I am. And now I embrace the Gonzalez at the end of my name.
Discover who you're called to be at Biola University, a leading Christ-centered university in Los Angeles, with programs on campus and online. Subscribe for more of our videos and learn more at biola.edu.